We recently sailed aboard Holland America's impressive Koningsdam for an unforgettable 7-night cruise of Alaska's Inside Passage. And we had the pleasure of staying in a comfortable and charming aft-view Vista Suite. Let us show you around our cabin, here on Calling All Ports.
The Koningsdam is a mid-sized ship designed to carry 2,650 passengers at double occupancy in 1,331 passenger cabins. The first of Holland America's 3 Pinnacle-class ships, the Koningsdam, was put into service in 2016. It features 12 public decks, with the bulk of the passenger cabins clustered on decks 4 through 8. Our cabin was an aft-view Vista Suite, so sized between 260 and 356 square feet. The Vista Suites are only slightly larger than the ship's standard balcony cabins, which Holland America calls Verandah staterooms. We've stayed in one of Holland America's Verandah cabins previously, and honestly, the Vista Suites and the Verandah staterooms are incredibly similar in size and design. You really need to go up to Holland America's signature suite level to see a significant difference. Nevertheless, in this tour, we'll point out some of the key variations between the Vista Suite and the Verandah staterooms.
Our cabin was number 4213, putting us on deck 4, also known as the Beethoven deck. This location in the stern of the ship put us directly above the dining room, and normally we'd avoid choosing a cabin directly above or below a venue like the main dining room, but we didn't have much choice in this particular case. Luckily, we never heard any noise from the restaurant below, and it actually proved to be a very convenient location in terms of accessing the Koningsdam's indoor public areas, most of which are situated on decks 2 and 3.
When we first walked into the cabin, we immediately noticed how similar it looked to the aft-facing Verandah stateroom that we'd had on board the New Amsterdam just a couple months earlier. However, the similarity wasn't really a bad thing. We loved our cabin on the New Amsterdam, and the Koningsdam being about 6 years newer than the New Amsterdam meant that this cabin was a fresher, more modern version of a familiar design.
When you enter the cabin, you find yourself in a narrow hallway with a large closet unit on your left and the bathroom on the right. Walk about 6 feet forward and you're in the roomy main space, which places a desk and sitting area in the middle and the bed up along the floor-to-ceiling windows that open out into the balcony. By the way, please pardon some of our personal belongings being visible in the room. We filmed this tour a few days into our cruise after we were fully unpacked. Most videos on YouTube show off the cabin on embarkation day when the space is still pristine and completely empty. However, we like the fact that this shows off what the cabin actually looks like once it's been lived in. And hopefully you'll appreciate how relatively uncluttered the cabin is, which points to the considerable amount of storage that Holland America cabins contain, as we'll cover more later in the video. Anyhow, starting our tour here in the entryway, there's of course a keycard electricity slot and master light switches directly inside the cabin door, as well as the bathroom light switches here outside the bathroom. It's notable how much brighter this entryway area is compared to the space in the signature class ships. A few years and the switch from fluorescent to LED lighting really makes a huge difference.
The brighter illumination carries over into the bathroom, which has a lighted mirror that really enhances the space. While about the average sized for a mainstream or premium cruise line, Holland America's bathrooms are definitely compact. The Vista Suite bathrooms aren't any bigger than those you'll find in the standard Verandah staterooms. Nevertheless, true to Holland America's kind of European heritage, the small space is simple yet sleek. There's sufficient counter space and storage here in the bathroom. The mirror is large. There are plenty of towel bars and hooks. There are wall-mounted product dispensers both at the vanity and in the shower. And the shower stall is large enough for a big and tall guy like me to be comfortable. Plus, It's got a powerful massage shower head, multiple grab bars, a footrest, and a clothesline. And crucially, it has a glass door. None of that shower curtain nonsense. Now is as good a time as any to humbly ask you to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Calling All Ports is still a young channel. Those likes and those subs go a really long way, and we're very grateful for your support. So thanks.
Heading back out into the main space, the cabin's sleeping and living area is a decent size. Although the Vista Suites aren't really any larger than the standard veranda staterooms, as we've already said, one key difference is the layout. The Vista Suites flip the furniture configuration, putting the bed against the window and the living room area in the center. We came to quite like this particular layout. With the seating area in the middle, there's a bit more open space towards the front of the cabin, and you don't always need to be squeezing around the bed to get to the most frequently accessed spaces: the sofa and desk, the closet, the bathroom. One other difference with the Vista Suites is that the living room area is slightly larger than in the veranda staterooms, with the addition of extra storage cabinet beside the sofa and a small wet bar next to the desk vanity unit.
The sofa in this particular room was a largish love seat, though not a convertible sofa bed. Still, it was comfortable and plenty big enough for two people to sit comfortably or for one person to kind of lounge out on. There's also a small coffee table. And then across the room is that small desk/vanity unit with a chair, large lighted mirror, and 3 drawers, one of which contains the hairdryer and the makeup mirror. There's also the wet bar with glassware and additional storage shelves, which we'll come back to in a few minutes. Most of your electrical outlets are here at the desk vanity too. So there's 3 American outlets, 2 European outlets, and 1 USB-A plug. The other outlets in the room are on either side of the bed. There's 1 American outlet and 1 USB-A slot above each nightstand. And by the way, while we're highlighting the electrical features, there's also reading lights on either side of the bed and another reading light next to the sofa.
The bed was obviously in the single queen bed configuration, though this can be set up as 2 twins if you prefer. Holland America cabins all feature their signature Mariner's Dream mattresses, and they are indeed quite comfortable beds. Good quality bedding and pillows as well. The television is wall-mounted at the foot of the bed. It's a decent-sized flat-screen TV. It doesn't extend from the wall or pivot though, so if there's one downside here, it's that you can't reposition the TV if you want to watch it from the couch.
Now that we've covered all the primary spaces in the Vista Suite, let's go back to the closet and look at the variety of storage options in the cabin. So this is really quite a substantial closet for a room of this size. First, there's a trio of pull-out drawers. And we'll remind you that this is in addition to the 3 drawers in the desk vanity unit and the pair of small drawers in each nightstand. There's 2 large panels above the pull-out drawers. One actually houses the rather large mini fridge. The other houses the safe with an open storage shelf above. Holland America is fairly generous with the in-room amenities. This is, at least initially, where some of these items are stored. So they give you robes, beach towels, balcony blankets, an umbrella, and a pair of binoculars for use during your stay. There are also a couple large coat hooks out here in the entryway area.
There's a large twin-panel wardrobe section with fold-away shelves down below, meaning a couple can each have their own separate space for hanging clothes, with room for at least a dozen hangers on each side. One thing we really appreciate is that there's good light inside the wardrobe. We found that this closet area was very dark on the New Amsterdam, and this is a big improvement. There's also a full-length mirror inside one of the wardrobe doors, as well as a tie rack. In the Vista Suites, there's a corner tower storage unit here at the end of the built-in closet. This is a wet bar, and indeed it houses the glassware and the extra pay bottled water and wine. It's nice that these things aren't taking up real estate on the desk vanity. And there's also a few extra open shelves for even more storage.
But wait, there's more. More storage, that is. There's a wall-mounted cabinet above the sofa. This space is mostly taken up by the life jackets, and we stashed the beach towels and balcony blankets there too. Nevertheless, it's nice that there's a separate spot for these and that they're not taking up precious closet space, which is often the case in other cruise ship cabins. And then there's this large floor cabinet stuck between the sofa and the bed. It's a little bulky, but I really love this thing. I carry around a lot of camera and computer gear, and this was the perfect storage space for my equipment. I wish every cruise ship cabin had something like this cabinet.
But we're not quite done yet. The nightstands each feature a pair of drawers and a shelf below, and these little drawers can actually hold quite a lot. Of course, there's storage space under the bed for large suitcases, but there are also two of these big pull-out drawers at the foot of the bed, which are great for bulky items like jackets and sweaters. And one little final storage feature. There's this magazine holder in the wall beneath the television, which is a really nice spot to stash paper materials like the ship's daily activity schedule. All in all, this is an incredibly thoughtfully designed space. There's loads of storage.
Lastly, there's the balcony. It's a fairly standard-sized balcony with 2 basic chairs, 2 footstools, and 1 small side table. Unfortunately, it's nowhere as large as our aft-veranda stateroom balcony on the New Amsterdam. Some of Holland America's cabins have incredibly deep balconies due to the graduated balcony design of their ships, but here on Deck 4 of the Koningsdam, we didn't get that benefit. Regardless, it's a nice feature, and these marvelous wake views are one of the reasons why we love to get aft-facing cabins whenever we can.
Unless you're afforded a special deal or a free upgrade, a Vista Suite on the Holland America Koningsdam probably isn't worth the extra cost over a standard veranda stateroom. Nevertheless, we did enjoy the layout of this particular cabin, and overall we were incredibly pleased with our Deck 4 aft-view Vista Suite.
Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to Calling All Ports, and if you've enjoyed this video, click that like button, and while you're at it, hit the notification button too. Soon we'll have a Koningsdam full ship tour and more videos from our Alaska cruise with Holland America, and we wouldn't want you to miss any of that content. Until next time, be seeing you.